All right. So my best find ever was in the middle of the pandemic, where just if you look at history, okay, a lot of people that become a lot of successful businessmen, a lot of great business have been started in downtimes because there's a lot of opportunity. And
Sure.
so when people are losing their jobs, and I hate to say this, when people are losing their jobs, that's a great opportunity for me because they want to sell stuff off. They need to. So I'm always, always willing to buy. But so you remember when all like the riots were going on,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of race riots were going on at the time. There was like all kind of crazy stuff was going on. Everyone thought the world was going to burn down to the ground, pretty much. Pandemic, it was just a mess. And I was at home one night, and on Facebook, someone posted up a huge game collection, and I reached out to them and said, "Hey, I'm interested in this." Like, "Hey, someone's coming to buy it." I said, "Okay, no problem." So it was like probably like 6, 7 o'clock at night. I literally watched the TV, passed out on the couch, woke up like an hour later, and had a message from the guy. He was like, "Hey, man," he's like, "the guy backed out. It's $1,000 for my collection, but you have to come tonight, and it's cash only." And that's the same night where like in Tampa, a big riot broke out. They like tore down they looted Walmart, and like people were told to stay in your house, don't go out and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I just I can't miss this deal. And the guy said that he's moving. I had to come tonight and tonight only, and had to bring $1,000 cash, which is not something I normally do, just for the fact that first off, I'm not going to let you know I'm bringing cash to come meet me, So we're going to meet in a public place. We're going to meet at a bank, someplace safe, so that or I'm going to do wire transfer, do something to be safe about it. But so I got my money. The place was an hour away from me. I drove an hour away, got this guy's place, and it was down this like dark alley. And I'm like, you just had that like, I know deep down inside that I had to go. You just know,
Right.
you just know. But I also had that feeling in my side. I was like, okay, well, should I pack my gun? Like, what do I need to do? So so I get there, and the guy tells me, the guy was super cool. But he tells me, he's like, hey man, I'm a procrastinator pretty much. And he's like, I had this massive video game collection. And when I looked online, like it was probably a couple $1,000s worth of stuff, what I could visually see, but the pictures weren't that good. And he was like, I'm moving tomorrow. I have to be out tonight. And I was going to put stuff in storage, but I'm moving to across the country, and I'm not taking anything with me. And I used to sell on eBay back in the day. And he was a picker too, which was cool because like there's like Super Nintendos with like $9.99, like Goodwill tags on them. So it's stuff that he acquired, but he said he got burned, which a lot of people get burned on eBay sometimes when they're first starting out, and they get burned for 50 or $60, and then they never want to sell again on there. They
Right.
like when I sell thousands of items a year on eBay, and if I get burned, I get burned. I mean, it's part of the business. I incorporate that in my thing. But anyway, make a long story short, I got all this stuff. I literally had an SUV with me. I filled up my girl's SUV at the time, and then he's like, oh man, he goes, I have a shed over here too that's all included, which was never in the pictures. I opened it up. It was like NESs. I don't know if you can see in the background, but I got an NES in the box over there. Just in the background, it was like Atari's in the box, GameCubes, like all these like crazy old systems. So I was getting that, and then I ended up paying him literally I couldn't take it all. He filled up his entire van. We drove to my house. I paid him cash, gave him a bonus for driving up there. And then he told me, and this is the biggest thing I can tell anyone who wants to go out yard sale and just starting out, ask is the biggest thing I tell you. So anytime you go anywhere, ask them if they have, what are you looking for? Do you have any comic books? Do you have any yard? It could be a 70-year-old lady. Hey, do you have any video games there? Actually, my grandkids used to left, but yeah, I have all these games inside, and they'll bring them out for you. My best finds at places is always asking. So I asked the guy, do you have anything else? He goes, yeah. He goes, I have some sealed video games, but you're not going to get like a great deal on these. We'll have to work out a better deal. So that's fine. So didn't think anything of it. Randomly hits me up a couple weeks later. I get a text message from a random number, just a picture of like a bed set with 50 sealed video games on there. And we ended up working out a deal. Like at that time, there's a website called Price Charting, which you can go on there, you type in the game, it tells you like the going rate on like eBay and stuff like that. So made a deal 50% of what the going market was, but I ended up getting Castlevania for the NES Nintendo sealed in the box. And I sat on this thing, and as soon as I knew I hit gold, because I posted that picture on Instagram like I don't know, maybe a week later, and As soon as I posted, I got random people I've never met before send me a message. Hey, I'll offer you $800. I'll give you $1,000 for it. I'll give you $1,500. I think I paid like $390 for this game. So fast forward over the pandemic, the video game market exploded, and I just had this thing sitting in my home. So I actually sent it off to be professionally graded. There's only 26 right now on the census that are graded. Mine came back an 8.0, and then they grade the seal separately, which is, I think it was like an A seal. So mine's maybe like 10 or 12 that are higher graded than mine. But I actually contacted all the auction houses like Golden Auction, Heritage Auction House, and they valued it anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So it's now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I don't want it laying around. I'm going to send it off, just but yeah, anywhere from, so I mean, listen, if I get $10,000 for it, I'm super happy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a win, baby.
$5,000 for it, whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, conservatively, they said, Golden Auction said they had one go recently sold probably 6 months ago for about $30,000, and then Heritage told me, which I figured Heritage is more experienced, and they say around 15 to 20. So I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking it's maybe 20,000, 25. Who knows? But $390 into 15, 20,000. So
that's great.